Okay guys, so boom, it's a vlog. Don't mind how I look right now. This is just very, oh yeah, my little protective style braids. And y'all see what is on my face? What is that? Looking like Rudolph, like, okay. Whew, so I put this nose strip on and we're gonna hope that it does something for this little pimple. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit down right now and just talk to y'all. Okay, but lately, oh my gosh, 2020, I've been going through so much. Everyone has been going through so much. I've been going through a lot. And then recently, my Nana, she ended up passing away recently, so that was something I had to deal with. And I seem to keep finding myself just taking a break off of social media over and over again, because it seems like boom, as soon as I get myself together, it's like, okay, boom, Kayla, you're put on a pause, you gotta stop. And it's been difficult trying to like figure that out, and it goes to show that I'm human and stuff. So I have a lot of people that check in on me, and I love you guys for that, because you guys check in on me all the time. And I think it's refreshing too, because I feel like people can forget that just like influencers, YouTubers, and stuff like that, I feel like we all forget, and I think I have a part to play in people forgetting, is that I am not perfect. So when I do go through things and I have my friends that check up on me, it's really refreshing, because I do feel like I keep a lot in, and I don't really like talking about stuff because I don't want to bring attention to it. I don't like talking about it. I don't really like to play the violin and stuff like that when I'm feeling sad or something, or angry or upset. You know what I'm saying? I like to just keep going and never stop and like not take time out for myself. But I know that's not good. It's not okay. I've been trying my best to really just take my own advice. If I don't take my own advice, it's kind of like, Kayla, bro, what are you doing? Like, girl. I've been doing that. I've been trying to do my best to do that, because it seems like, boom, when I get hit with stuff, it's like, dang, now I have to take my advice for real. And it's really challenging. But like I said, when people check in on me, my family and my friends, it goes to show that I'm really human, and I get to talk about things and stuff with them, and I just feel better, because lately, I don't know, I feel like mentally, my mental health was at a low point, especially every time we turn on our phone, it's something negative going on in the world too, and it's just like, okay, you have this going on, you have loss, and then you have this with people, and then you have situations, and it's just like the world is spinning. I just felt like life just sucks recently. Like, I've been getting hit with so much toxic stuff, and it's like, because I don't know, I feel like I'm just a good person. I feel like if there's anything in the world that I want to be remembered for, it's of being a good person. So then it's like, boom, okay, Kayla, it seems like good people get tormented, good people get hurt most. And me and my friend were just talking about this the other day. She was like, girl, yeah, it seems like the good people always get it worse, but I feel like that's just the way life is. And, you know, good people will always be on the back burner. What did I do to deserve all of this hurt and like the low points I've been having with my mental health lately? It's just like, you guys are my family, so of course when you guys check in on me, I appreciate it. Oh y'all, so I've been dealing with stuff the best that I can, but I think every year I've had since 2014, 2013, they've been amazing years, but I think every year I got setbacks like all the time. And I think with my setbacks, I just started being not as active on Instagram. Ugh, yeah, because of everything that I've just been dealing with. I never got hit with so much in 1 year. In the span of 4 months, like and I think in the beginning of in January, I dealt with so much anxiety, and I never really dealt with anxiety like that. And I think 2020, it just goes to show, like, this year sucked completely. And you have the Black Lives Matter movement, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, so much is going on. And it's almost like, because of quarantine and because of everything's happening, it's almost like, okay, with a lot of things, it has me going, being silent. And I know I can't be silent. It's like, Kayla, you cannot be silent. You have a platform to use. You have people that are waiting for you to speak up. And it's like, dang, even though I'm dealing with stuff, I have to put all that aside and see the bigger picture. That's what I gotta do. It comes with the territory of doing multiple things. I just wanted to get that off my chest though, guys, because let me show you. I got a package in my P.O. box From a friend, but I'm gonna read it to you guys because this was like actually really sweet. Kayla, you are one of the most inspirational young women I've had the pleasure to get to know. Please continue to be a role model of truth in a world full of masks. XOXO, Ray. So that was really sweet, and I think when people say that like I'm inspirational, motivational, I be like, when people say that, it always catches me off guard because I don't think it's ever been my intention to be like a role model or someone who people should look up to. It was never my intention to blow up on social media either. And I'll have people ask me, they're like, how do you be inspirational? How do you be a motivator? I'm like, everything that I do, what I say, how I am, my personality, it's literally just me being me. So it's no role. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac said, a real model, not a role model, because it's real.
Young people are going to look up to you. So you've got to be a role model.
That's why you have to be real. A role model. I want to be, instead of a role model, I want to be a real model. Because a role is a role. You know what I'm saying? If I always play like I'm so goody-goody, then somebody see me doing something bad that every human being has to go through, and they're going to go, wait a minute, he ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll let him down. But if I be me, I can never let anybody down. Because I'm going to have to be me.
It's all started with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's passing was 2020 was just started off bad. And then speaking of like after that, I started realizing that I have to be grateful for everything. And even though it's like a lot every time I hear it, I'm grateful that people allow me into their life. And I've even had mothers say, my daughter looks up to you. She is so inspired by you. I've had that happen, and I'm just like grateful for it because I'm grateful that people allow me into their teenagers' lives. People allow me to be on their feed. People allow me to be a voice. And then always stay humble and have a sense of humility. I think in 2020, something that I got a chance to learn was that, yes, be humble, have a sense of humility. I've always tried my best to be humble. I started to feel like I wasn't doing enough. I think that's what I started feeling. And because of that, I think when you're too humble and you have too much humility, which is what I've been having, you know what I'm saying? Anytime someone says, oh, you're this, I'm like, no, I'm regular. And then by doing that, I feel like it hinders me. I'm self-sabotaging myself because I feel like I didn't just accomplish something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, count your blessings and know your worth. That made me be very passive aggressive with stuff for years. I think one of my biggest flaws is being really passive aggressive. Not really being a part of confrontation, not really dealing with situations. Like for years, I've cut off people and I don't even tell them why. Because for me, I feel like if I'm cutting you off, you know why. It's not just gonna be a like, boom, I'm cutting you off for fun or because I'm bored. Like it's literally a reason, and that's just an example. But for years, I think me just being passive aggressive and not really telling people how I really feel. I've always been trying to be humble and have humility and not speak on my stuff. And by not doing that, it leaves me with no credibility. It leaves me with feeling like I don't have any worth. It leaves me with all of these underlying feelings. Because I feel like, okay, Kayla, you're maybe a little too humble and you're feeling a little too regular, and you shouldn't. I was starting to fall into a place where I felt like, dang, Kayla, where the word that? You know what I'm saying? Kayla, what you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I've actually had people tell me that I'm passive aggressive, and then I started to realize it because I started to see it because I don't like confrontation. I don't like dealing with situations. And if I do go through a situation, I kind of just move on. And I think it's a good thing to move on, but at the same time, I do need to encounter those feelings. And from this point on, y'all, I'm letting people know straight up how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sugarcoating stuff. I'm not walking away. But for me, it's not because like I'm just scared to confront a situation. If it's like an argument with my sibling or a friend or someone that I'm talking to, if I know it's going to turn into an argument, I always feel like, okay, I have something better to do than argue with you. You know what I'm saying? I have something better to do. I have a book to read. I have clothes that I need to be put in the wash. I have a show that I have to watch. I have stuff that I need to do. I have packages that I need to ship. I have YouTube videos that I need to edit, then argue with you. You know, like I have so much other stuff to do then deal with the situation or talk to you about why I'm cutting you off when I'm cutting you off, so it shouldn't be no voice. You guys can comment down below and we can talk. What's one thing that you learned in 2020? What's one thing that you learned while being on quarantine? And then it all comes back to y'all. Y'all probably can tell I've always been so fixated on being perfect. I've always wanted to just be perfect with everything, with how I look, with how I do things. I've always wanted to give my all into stuff. It's okay to want to strive, which is how I've always been. But then it's like, Kayla, you do realize that no one is perfect. You are not going to have this straight and narrow, easy life. That's just not how it's going to go. You're going to deal with ups and downs. And another thing that 2020 has taught me is that nothing is perfect. Getting older and just going through more things like dealing with relationships and talking to people and voicing my opinion more and not being passive aggressive, expanding my knowledge, learning from situations and actually going through those situations. I never ever have dealt with the amount of pain that I had this year and the amount of mental health issues that I've had this year. So much that was out of my comfort zone. And I talk to you guys about this all the time. I'm like, y'all, get out your comfort zone, get out your comfort zone. I had the chance to learn from so many people this year. People that I cut off, people that are still in my life. I learned so much. Situations that are over and done with. I learned a lot. The takeaway means so much more to me than the actual mess that I dealt with. Like 2020, I went through situations that I've never ever dealt with, so all of it has been new territory for me. It's pretty much been a lot of loss, and there's so much injustice that's happened, which then again brings up loss. There was no way I can grow and learn from it if I didn't go through the situation, which is always a good takeaway. I feel like I just had to get that off of my mind. I want to do girl talk videos. I want to do more advice videos. I want to do more videos where I'm like actually talking to you guys, and it's gonna be me just like laying in my bed. I feel like that's what I'm gonna do. Sometimes I don't feel like getting all glammed up. I don't feel like wearing makeup all the time. Me just being natural in the video is fine, and I think if y'all rock with that, if y'all like it, I love it, and if I like it, y'all gotta love it too. But right now it's just very natural, and I'm kind of tired of being natural. Like I'm really tired of it. I'm tired.